Well, I am Andy from Combichrist, and we are coming to Australia again. And it's been too long, and yeah, it's just been too long, man. I'm really looking forward to it. So, where are you? Where are you in
I
Australia?
am based in Brisbane, mate. So that's going to be you're starting in Brisbane on the 18th. So I reckon I'm going to be front and center, hoping you don't cop
Hey,
away before
awesome.
you're cold.
Yeah, I'll be in early. I'm actually going into Brisbane early. I got a lot of friends in Brisbane, and so I'm gonna come in and actually spend my birthday in Brisbane,
Oh,
and
okay.
then so yeah, it's I'm gonna be there for a little bit. Yeah, I'm not just saying it. I'm really excited to come back. It's gonna be good to for so many reasons. Of course, the shows, and I'm looking forward to playing again and meeting new and old friends.
All right. So as you say, man, Combichrist returned to Australia for the Down Under Again tour in September for 3 shows, starting in Brisbane on the 18th. Then you hit Sydney and finish in Melbourne on the 20th. So it's not far away, bro. Like I know you do a lot of traveling, a lot of touring, but do you get excited about a tour 4 weeks out, or do you sort of wait until it gets really close?
Man, I don't pack until the day I leave.
You're like me.
As soon as I start packing, that's when my travel starts mentally. So I but I stay so busy. But it's like one of those things, like when you do certain things that you don't do all the time. Like I of course I still love touring Europe. I still love touring the US. I still love touring everywhere. Uh, but there is those places where you do every now and again, not so often because we do play Europe every year. We do play, the US every year. We used to play even Russia like every year, because it was so easy. It's like obviously not anymore. We're not going to be doing that for a while, if ever. But I always love going back to Australia. I love Japan. And South America. Like there's places that we just don't go to very often, and when we do, of course, I look extra much forward to it. And it's kind of like a carrot a little bit. It's the motivation. It's like, okay, yeah, we got this coming up, and it's gonna be that's like the golden carrot. And it's like how long of a travel it is from here, and I'm in Atlanta, so I'm on the East Coast. So I have to go to the West Coast here first too.
Yeah.
So it's a long travel for 3 shows, and but it's worth every minute of that travel to come. So yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be awesome.
So as you say, man, it has been a couple of years since you're out here last. So what's changed with Combichrist in that time?
Whew. Um, a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot and nothing. There's um, my my concept and my idea of why and how and everything is the same. It's it's like this is my canvas. I paint and I do my thing, and I don't really care what's cool or not. I'm just gonna do my thing, regardless. So that hasn't changed. My mindset is the same. I still just kind of do. I hate to repeat myself. Is most of the thing. And but so with that said, like it should be something new all the time. So maybe that being something new all the time is maybe what's the same. you know?
Very ambiguous, but I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. So, so in that way, I'm still it's the same thing. But I have new band members. I have my drummer recently like went his own way for focusing on his family because he's becoming a dad now in August. So it would have been a really bad time for him to go to Australia, like right after
Or
he
a
has
good
a
time, one of the two.
well, depending. Yeah, I guess that depends. but yeah, so I really I support like we support him, all of us support him, band and crew, and I always have to emphasize that our crew is always just as important as the band, you know. So for crew and band, we're a family. We support him for going his own way, taking care of his family, and I respect that a lot, and I think that your personal life should always come before being in my band, you know. And but I always try to make it just so it's people feel welcome, and so it's a part of their life. It's a part of being in a part of this family. But and so I got a new drummer for the I don't have a new drummer yet, but I have a new drummer for the Australian shows. His Australian drummer is amazing. Um, and his name's Todd Hansen, and
Oh,
he's
Toddy.
just
I know Toddy. Yeah,
yeah.
he's
So
gonna fucking nail it, bro. He's a demon. He's a weapon.
So he's yeah, so Todd's playing for us. So it's I'm really excited. I know he's a bit of a hero uh, among you guys too. So it's I'm really excited to play with him. And I have a new guitarist, Jamie, which is probably one of the best guitarists that I've ever heard play. Period. And I met him through Eddie from Suicide Silence. um like they were roommates at some point, and Eddie was out hanging out with me at the show, and Jamie was there, and that's how we met. And he's amazing guitarist. It's his first time in Australia as well, so it's I'm really excited for him. And then Elliot, who is my keyboarder and my bass player. He's not new in the band at all. He's actually one of the people who's been with me the longest, but he used to be crew, but because he kind of fucked himself, he did too good of a job as a crew, so he stayed as crew for the longest time. But he just happens to be an absolutely amazing musician and performer. And so he's in. This was like during COVID, I think, where we decided where it's like to have him as a full time member of the band as well. So yeah, so we're freshly packed with a new lineup. Eric 13 is still with me. He was with me the last time I was in Australia too. Um, we're gonna be playing a lot of old material and mix it in with some new stuff. You know, we still got even one more song coming out in the end of August that we're gonna be performing as well. So um, yeah, and it's really excited. I'm really excited, man.
Oh yeah. Tell me, what do you think of Toddy's haircut without the dreadlocks? He looks like a completely different man, doesn't he?
It's great. I've seen so many videos of him play, and it's like two completely different people.
He
But
doesn't tell you he looks 30 years younger.
yeah, it's I mean, what an amazing drummer, right?
And a really nice guy to go with it. Like normally you don't get it for two together, but he's actually got both.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, trust me, I know all about it. I've dealt with enough musicians in my life as well, so it's
I
not
always
always
say,
easy
mate,
to get both.
you change one letter in drummer and you've got a drama.
Well,
So speaking of your live shows, man, like you guys have got a reputation for your ball chair live shows. So for the benefit of anyone who might not have seen Combichrist before, run us through a typical live show and what you expect.
I mean, it's it's hard to describe from the inside, right? Like it's easier when somebody else to describe it, I guess. But if I should describe it, it's the place where everything becomes one. And so with the crowd and with the sound and with the light and everything, it's like we just become one. It's like, unless you've seen us play, you can't. It's really hard to even imagine. But I it's not a stage anymore. It's not a musical stage anymore. It's kind of like you become a part of like a happening in one way, because I just immersed myself so much into the music, and you give everything, the physical and mentally, you give everything, but you receive everything from the audience for most parts too. So that's where we become one. Like it's kind of the closest experience I get to spiritual. You know. It's You're not up there. I hate the feeling of being just me against them. Being like every now and then we will have a show where it's like maybe in a place we never played before or whatever, and most people are receptive, and then you have like if it's a East European country and you've never been to the city, and there's like there's 30 people who listen to alternative music there, and they're out and they're just kind of standing there watching. And
Yeah.
I also, that doesn't mean that it can't be a great show. Don't get me wrong, but if you don't feel the connection, you feel like you're just kind of we're just these people on this platform, like performing in like what are we doing here? What are we really doing? Like there's I never understood like, musicians who just like they're performing for an audience. Like my or shows is always we're performing with the audience. It's if you constantly like just like being like us against them, then there's
Gets
no point
tiring,
being
doesn't it?
there.
It gets
Yeah.
tiring. Hmm. Cool. And you released a new song called Desolation not too long ago too, bro. Like, is that a standalone single or is it part of the next album cycle?
Is it's very much a part of the new album cycle. I am pretty deep into the album already. I'm working on it right now. It's not going to be out until May or June next year, but we will have a few more singles coming out from that album over the next few months, and well, until the album comes out, really. And it's a new thing, isn't it? It's like it's. I know it's like now I'm going to be talking against what I'm doing, but it's a weird thing, like trying to follow technology and how things are being done, because I just like to write music and perform. And the releases, it's like that's why you have a record label. They deal with the
Yeah.
releases and how to do it and everything. And I was like, yeah, we want half the album out as singles before we do the whole album. And I'm like, so you want 6, 7 singles before you even get to the album, which is I guess it's kind of cool for the audience. But I'm used to do like throw out one single and
Two and then bang,
like
yeah.
2 weeks before the album. But that's how everything's being done right now. So I guess that's what we're doing too. And but it also gives you the time to really focus on one song at a time as well. And like instead of just the album as a whole thing, like so few people are really sitting down and listening to just an album from A to B. Anyway, people make their own playlists or they listen to just playlists or whatever through Spotify or Apple or whatever they go to. And so I understand it, but I also like the physical version of an album, and
Yeah.
the
Holding it
vinyl,
in
and
your hand and reading it and opening the folder out. Like it makes it
that's
more
it.
personal.
Yeah, we did cassettes of the last album,
Oh,
of the
nice.
previous album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd they go?
Uh, we came with a little pen, little pencil,
How cute.
to rewind it. And only people who used to have cassettes who
We'll
understand.
understand sitting there with it and yep, twisting away.
Yeah. Or just pulling tape out and straightening it out and putting
Trying to
it back
splice
in.
it back
But
together.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Tape, yeah,
I think
literally taping over it. Yeah. And no, it's physical releases is still very important to me too. But it's yeah, but so that's what we're looking at. So I'm pretty much all the way in on a new album, and Desolation is just the first step of it. And I'm tapping into a lot of nostalgia, like I would like to say on this album. I definitely I feel like for the first time I'm actually being inspired by myself for once. It's when with so the biggest inspiration for this album is really looking back at what I've done before and taking a look and musically, of course. But I don't want to ever recreate or trying to recreate something I've done before. For example, like I'm not going to go back and try to make a sound like Shut Up and Swallow or Blue Trial or anything like that because they were done. They had this own time. They has this own
History, yeah.
own time in history, and it has its own sound because it was a certain time. I had certain equipment. I have certain ideas of how I wanted to do things and priorities in how I listen to music as well. So things are different, but I'm definitely taking kind of taking a kind of deep dive into my own musical history, but that also doesn't just goes back to fully electronic things. That also goes back to my punk and hardcore days and stuff too, you know. So
You know.
um
Yeah, when you say that you look back into your history, like, do you mean, like, do you sit down and listen to your old albums to sort of get back in there, or do you try and more put yourself in a mind space of back then? Like, what's your process?
it's crazy. I don't really listen to a whole lot of music that is anywhere close to what I'm doing. Um, and it's I guess that started at some point deliberately, so I wouldn't subconsciously like there's I feel like that when it comes to music, there's really nothing. There's original music, but there's nothing truly original in one way. It's like it's been put together in a different way. You're basically mixing elements that has been done before and you're creating something new. It's kind of like a collage of an old painting, to put it this way, you know. I feel that's how it is with music, period, with everyone. Um, but I try not to listen to too much music that I would consider being in the same direction as of the music that I'm writing around the time area when I'm actually writing music. So I'll be I'm listening to a lot of stuff like, you know, Massive Attack, and listening to like it's just music that is way different, even country music, whatever it takes that is different. And then, of course, I listen to everything when I'm on tour and when we're doing, like, when I'm just being social, being around people, everything. But I never really sit down and listen to something specific
Yeah, right.
to be inspired by. However, we just did a couple of years we did some old school shows where we did was just fully electronic shows with just only old material, and it was just so much fun. We had a lot of fun doing it, and the crowd loved it. We loved it, and that is kind of where I dipped my nostalgia into, because I was like, man, as I really like doing this. So that's kind of where I got that, you know, inspiration from for a lot of the new stuff. So
Yeah, cool. Cool, cool. All right, man. Well, before I let you go, I've got a new segment I've started called Photo Bomb, which is where I was telling you about the back screen before. So basically, I've trolled through your social media before we've had a chat, and I've come up with a few photos that I want to know a bit more about. So the first of them is, I want to know who or what is that?
well, that is my lovely brother Joe Letts, my old drummer.
Right. Yeah.
Um, when I say brother, it's like we're I look at him as my sibling. We might not always get along, but he's like blood to me. You know. So, but yeah, that is Joe.
What's he do? He looks fantastic, but is it a dress up party or is that just his normal clobber?
That is just what he looked like on stage, man. That's just
That
that's
is,
just what he looked like on stage.
no wonder you love him. And it takes a special person to be comfortable doing that. That's fantastic.
Well, he's definitely a special person.
All right. The other photo I've come up with is this one's a bit more laid back, but that there, man, that looks like a terrible way to travel.
You know what? The funniest thing about that specific bus, and I only remember it because that's the bus from last year. And that specific bus is actually the best bus I've ever had. It's so comfortable. It's so amazing and comfortable. Like, but it takes. You know, I started. I'm revealing how old I am and how long I've been doing this, but you know, I've been touring. I've been touring since like 94, 93, 94. And my first Nightliner tour was end of 94, beginning in 95. And it was the most horrible tour bus you can imagine, going through Germany, in the middle of the winter, and it was just leaking in, and things were freezing. Like I had to have a sleeping bag inside of my bunk with my blanket because everything just got wet and it froze at night. And you walk up and your blanket was just like icy, and it was horrible, man.
No thanks.
So going from that to that, I mean, it's been the 30-year the upgrade, a 30-year upgrade, and we just slowly just got more and more comfortable every time, and you get used to it. I can't, your bunk is basically a coffin with a little curtain,
Right. That's the way to describe it.
and but I can't imagine anywhere where I sleep better. I
Right.
don't sleep. That's I close that curtain, I turn off the light, and I'm out until that bus stops.
Yeah, cool.
So
Happy. It's
yeah,
a
so
happy place.
it's a happy place. Yeah, it's not a bad place to be at all.
And it looks like there's room for a casino even on that, mate, and a swimming pool.
Yeah,
That's great. Oh,
yeah.
no,
There's a double. It's a double decker. It's actually a big
double
lounge and
decker.
kitchen upstairs. Yeah, yeah.
Like you bringing that to Australia with you? I'm going to jump on and come for a trip.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little nervous for what picture would come next, so I'm fine
I
with
only
cutting
do
it.
two, mate, because we're usually out of time by two. Now, now I know that you're nervous about one. For the next one, I'm going to dig deeper. I'm going to find out what it is.
So